Alright guys, welcome back to the garage. Just wanted to talk to you quickly about the materials that you are going to be using for our junk sculpture. In class yesterday, I had you all use a big white piece of paper to make a plan. Okay, these are going to look great as long as you have a plan and some sort of an idea, a clear idea of what you want to happen. My goal is for this to not look like somebody took a can and threw it on your parents' lawn. All right, we want these to be statement pieces in your garden, in your front lawn, by your door, just something that, a statement piece, again, is a piece that, you know, it shows something. It's exactly what it says. It makes a statement. It says something. And you're saying, hey, these are plastic goods that I use, or that instead of it going to waste, I am turning it into something beautiful. I am making it into sculpture. And if you want to talk to me about it, I can tell you a whole lot about plastic and the world, right? Right? Because you've been watching the videos, we learned a lot, right? So I'm just going to run through some materials just to talk about it. I think some of you guys felt, you know, you're on the fence about what you wanted to do. You weren't really sure. It's like lots of ideas. What can I do? I want you to think. Thin plastic, like this, you can cut it, okay? You can cut it to make balanced. It doesn't have to stay in the shape, okay? If you want to go back and watch the first video with the wash to shore artwork and pause, it's only 2 minutes long, right? So you can pause onto different pieces of the giant sculptures that were created of those animals and see what they're using. I think some of you are wanting to do that jellyfish look where the plastic kind of dangles off of the top of your piece, which that's totally cool. Think about using the really wimpy plastic bottles, the water bottles, over using something hard like this. Something really cool about, I wonder if I have one with me. I have everything else, so. Anyway, if you look at the bottom of plastic bottles, they kind of look like flowers. So we could easily cut the bottom off and stick the flower, you know, like right there, and make it look like a flower. I've seen that done a lot. And you can tie actually like a piece of green plastic bag on it to make it flowy, like leaves. Very interesting and cool, you know. It would obviously be something, you know, you could even use like a lid and then use, oh wow, you could totally make a cool flower. Like cutting petals out of just lids like this, lids like this. And it really, you'd have to think twice to see whether or not it was garbage or just like a really cool sculpture, right? It doesn't have to be big. You can make a lot of little flowers. And you could get creative. If you guys have any of these at home, I told you to make a shopping list, not buying stuff, but a shopping list to go and look for some of the elements you needed. I think some of you had the idea of using a lot of yellow lids. Oops. And as many yellow lids as I have, I don't have as many as you think you're gonna need. So hopefully you were shopping through your parents and your grandparents and your neighbors, recycling. Just put out some feelers. You'd be amazed at how many people have the things you need, and you are actually saving the environment because you were taking those lids away. So you never know if they were planning on recycling or throwing it in the garbage, right? So now you know what's going to happen to it if you take it. So other things I want you to think about is it doesn't have to all be plastic. You can incorporate live elements or natural elements to it. Like when I do bird feeders and bird houses out of milk cartons sometimes, and what I like to do is, the plastic is obviously very sturdy, but I like to put things like bark around it to make like a cool roof. You have things like seashells you can add around. I did this little guy with these super cool little legs. Isn't that cool? They already look like feet and legs. I've been saving these two little things that came off of one of Augie's toys for a couple years. But here, woohoo! I finally get to use them. This is a mayonnaise bottle. It has a lid. I just discovered this. See these? These are plastic forks. There's the fancy kind that I use at Thanksgiving. But I'm using these because I thought they were awesome. But what made it more awesome is I discovered something today that I can't believe it didn't dawn on me before. See how forks have a little curve? Yeah, that curve wraps itself around big bottles, so you have, look at that, it's almost like it was meant to be there. See? It's amazing. And also what I did, since these are my arms, to make it have more strength, I was able to lock the fork pieces together. Now, I know it looks pretty plain right now, okay? My plan is to put layers like this. These are rocks from the garden. I'm gonna put layers, different colors of layers of dirt. And then on the top, I'm gonna put like some little, I don't know if I'm gonna do wildflowers or something cute like grass seeds, so it's like a chia pet in here. So he'd be really cute to put in the garden. Something will be growing out of his head. And then I do want him to have a face. It looks kind of like the Kool-Aid Man right now. Hey, hey, hey. But I can change him to look more robotic. These came out of, I don't know, Augie brings home some weird stuff sometimes. I thought that if you wanted to be a robot, I can do that. That's kind of cool. When I do eyeballs on things, I like to have a little fun with it. I don't like them to be the same. I like to have like goofy, one's big, one's small. And I was thinking about this. I could, you know, layer my eye. I'm always telling you, you can layer your eyeballs. They don't always have to be looking straight forward. I mean, you know, how cool is that? Oh. I'm just trying to give you guys some ideas. So, like, I could have an eyeball going that way. I could have, oops. I could just have like a regular weird eyeball go. I guess I'm not really, see? Boom. Something fun like that. I thought I might use one of these cool glow sticks for a mouth. Oh, he really does look like the Kool-Aid Man if I do that, huh? So, the sky's the limit. I have stuff like this, you saw, that we can bend and kind of melt a little bit, so if anyone wants to use one of these. If you have these kind of containers, these are fantastic. Every time I see these, I think that these would be excellent little mushroom tops. This is kind of fat. I think this would work better on like a skinnier thing. And notice, I mean, you're looking at this color. It doesn't have to be this color as the base. If I had a little water bottle and I stuck it in one of those tiny water bottles, I could even stick like a little tea light underneath it, so you could turn the tea light on and like put it somewhere in your garden. Just kind of cool and fun. Of course, that would be super light and you'd have to stake it into the ground, but it would be cute. You could make little mushrooms to go with your little flowers. So anyway, hopefully this is going to help you even just a little bit to where you feel like you can do a piece with purpose and talk something that people can talk about. These things are great. I know that we all have these from parties and from our play bins and stuff, but a lot of these get broken pretty easily. You could use these to do to decorate. Like if I did have this and was trying to make a cool looking mushroom, I could cut this and do swirls around, or I can just dot it. Whatever your mind can imagine. I know it's kind of difficult because I don't really full on plan everything for you, and I don't tell you this is how you're going to do it. Everybody's going to make the same thing, because I'm an artist, and I consider, I know what I would do with it, but I really want to know what you would think to do with it, because it's your project, right? So try to reach out. There is no wrong way to do it, okay? We're having fun. If I ask you to look at it a little bit more, or to take a little more time to think about whether or not it can withstand the elements, if I ask you to step back and look at it and ask you, does it still look like garbage or does it look pretty fancy and cool? I want to hear your thoughts on it, because I want you to take your time. It's okay. Some of these might fly and go super fast. Some of them you might try to do some more intricate stuff, and I'm going to make you examine it, okay? Because that's part of the art part of what we're doing. We're doing sculpture, not just throwing some stuff together, okay? This is a sculpture piece. We want it to be able to sit outside proudly and be displayed We want people to talk about it. We want them to see it and recognize that that's not from Target. And it's going to be interesting. So they're going to want you to share what you know. And wow, you guys know a lot now, right? Right. So use it. Use the knowledge you know to inspire other people. Okay? Now, this was not really the best video ever. I'm so sorry. I did the greatest video. I just wanted to share this because I did the greatest video yesterday right after I came back home from school. I was like, boom, I did this awesome Friday You video. It was like the first time. It went great. I was timed right. Yeah, I got so excited and I tried to post my video. I was really pumped and I accidentally erased my video before it fully posted. I'm telling you guys this now because it's important to feel like, to experience stuff like that, okay? Because as an artist, let me just tell you, you're gonna fail a lot, or you're gonna feel like you failed a lot. I told you, for everything that I had do a little bit well, I have failed trying to get to the point I'm at least 15 times, maybe more. Because it's a learning process, okay? You have got to develop feel, you've got to develop eye, you've got to develop experiences. And with each experience you have doing something wrong, you have learned how not to do it, how to do it better, how to be more efficient, signs to look for, you've learned along the way. So as we do this, I think this is what makes junk sculpting so much fun, is it really does make you a more flexible person. If you learn how to work with just like anything, then you're not so tightly wound up around that one way to do it that you limit yourself as an artist, as a creative person, just limiting yourself to the things that you can achieve just based on the materials you have. You better watch that video of those people in Dakar because they make it happen, right? I want you to, get used to this kind of thing because life, it happens, okay? Learn from your mistakes, grow from your mistakes, let them help you. Don't be so devastated when things just aren't perfect. You should hopefully this process that we're going through in the next couple weeks will teach you that you really can make anything happen with any kind of materials. You just need to put a little thought into it. I'm hoping to see some beautiful creations. I'm hoping to laugh when certain things don't go the right way, and I'm looking forward to helping you guys through it. Again, I'm bringing tools. If you have questions, if you want to run an idea by me, we got a whole week. You can be shopping for the things you need on your list. You can be thinking about what you're going to change or what you want to do better for the things that you designed last week. Have your parents text me. Take a picture of an idea you think and say, I want it to move, I want it to have light. Do you think that's possible? And I can think about it, and I can come a little bit more prepared. And I can talk you through some things because let me tell you, I probably know. I can tell you that if I think something's a bad idea, it's because I know. And I might say, you might want to rethink that, or I'll tell you a different way or move you toward a different way. It's not because I don't want to do it like that. It's because I've probably had some experience. I'm willing to try anything, but I want it to work for you. I want you to be able to produce something that you understand is structurally sound, that is a piece of art in sculpture, and really, again, a statement piece. I think my husband laughed really hard when I was talking about your junk statement piece, and he was thinking, okay, these are the garbage sculptures, right? I'm like, yes, it is making a statement. And he was laughing again because he was imagining in his head that there'd be like, I guess, milk bottles and stuff turned over in the yard, like, oh. That's not what's gonna happen, right? We're gonna plan, we're gonna make something magical happen. If it takes more than a day, totally fine. I'm flexible. We can move on into the next week as well. Okay, so looking forward to seeing what you guys come up with. Have a great weekend. Bye.